Hello, everyone. This is episode 12 of GodTiesMedia585. I am your host, Minister White, also known as Celestial Kev. This is spiritual CPR. This is celestial air. This is illuminated energy. And today, I want to touch more on value and love for yourself and what those things can do. I don't think people realize how much valuing and loving yourself and taking pride in who you are, not being prideful, but taking pride in who you are, can help you achieve the things that you want to achieve. And I know that I say that because yesterday I touched on valuing and priding yourself, and it can lead to you forgiving people, and it can help you with forgiving people. Well, today I want to talk about loving and valuing yourself and how it can lead to you overcoming something. I remember I had a very close friend, and this friend of mine, he started to smoke. And when I say smoke, he started to smoke cocaine. Let me just be frankly honest with you. And, he's been doing it for a while now. And, at any and all times, no things deter me from my friends. You know what I'm saying? And the people that I grew up with and I knew, you know what I'm saying? And I hung out with them still and everything. Like, since I've gotten out this time, we've lived together with another friend. You know what I'm saying? We've all been roommates and everything. And this, I'm just seeing him and he's still doing it, and just talking to him. Anybody know with me, when you're around, I'm going to talk to you, and I ain't going to talk down to you, and I ain't going to technically talk about that. You know what I'm saying? I just, if anything, I'm going to point out the positive still. You know what I'm saying? And I always do. Continue to point out the positive. Like, yo, bro. And, I remember me growing up, I was one of the worst when it came to drinking and drugging, but I didn't smoke crack, whatever, but I did sniff it at one point, you know what I'm saying? And for like a little 4-month span, smoked a lot of weed, obviously, took a lot of pills, obviously, drunk a lot of liquor, drank a lot of alcohol, and things of that nature. And I did it, and I always, people that was my, when I was younger, you know what I'm saying? People always was like, yo, that's what I was known for. They was like, yo, Cat, you're gonna be messed up, man. Cat be messed up. And just like, out of it most of the time, as we would call it, escaping. But I remember this time, me getting out and everything, and this, not smoking, not drinking no more, not indulging. You know what I'm saying? At points, I was still around it. And I remember him being like, yo, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, Kev, man, like, dang, bro, it's so hard for me. Like, bro, it's so hard. It's so hard. How did you get over it? What did you do? And first and foremost, I let him know that I believed in the Father God of Jesus Christ, and he believed in me. Excuse me. That's the first thing. And then I also told him, I remember looking in the mirror and valuing myself and loving myself and taking pride in who I was. Because Kev, Kev, you know what I'm saying? I've done things for people, things that I don't care to mention. I've always been a loyal friend. I've always been a helping friend as much as God will let me do. As much as God will let me help and be loyal to a person and everything. I'm not, you can't get a bad story about me on that friend tip type thing, man. It's just not going to happen, because I treat people how I want to be treated. And unfortunately, sometimes I don't believe that's true because people be bugging, but it is what it is. But people can't say, I backdoor them or anything. Like, I take serious pride in being genuine. That's why I said it's pros and there's cons to everything. You know what I'm saying? We always hear about the cons of pride, but we never hear about the pros. You know what I'm saying? I take genuine pride in being a genuine person and being a real person. So, but nevertheless, I was like, yo, I remember looking in that mirror. I'm like, yo, listen, I love and value myself. And I'm not going to let this society and this program and this system that they have built destroy me because of drinking and drugging. I'm not going to let it destroy me at all. And I'm not going to sit here and lie to you like, oh, yeah, and then, that day I walked away from the mirror and I stopped doing drugs. I'm saying that day I looked in the mirror. I was in a jail cell. Keep lock. That's what happens when you be bad. That's the box. I was in keep lock. SHU, Special Housing Unit. The SHU. 23 in 1. Denzel said. SHU program. Nah, but I really was. And I remember just, but it's a mirror on the wall, and I was looking at myself and thinking like, yo, man, like, bro, you something. You're gonna be something. You are something. You're great. No matter what, nobody can tell you that. You are who you are. And I remember just a couple tears escaping, and I was like, nah, it's not how I'm letting this happen, bro. I'm not letting this prison system break me. I'm not letting the drinking and drugging system break me. I'm not letting the algorithm of life break me. I'm gonna be something, and that's that, because God said that I am. I felt it in my heart, and I would not be shedding these tears right now if I didn't really feel it. You know, yeah. I walked away from that mirror, and I remember just walking in that cell, and I was just telling myself a bunch of stuff that I did through life. Yeah. Like, yo, I walked into and I was just telling myself, because I had to big myself up to understand who I was. So I'm like, man, I did this, I did that, I did this, Kevin White. You know what I'm saying? But I say that to say it was a little pride in there. It was value in there. It was love in there for thyself. To understand that this is not you. And then God did the rest. And like I said, I didn't walk away from that mirror and stop doing stuff that day. I didn't walk away that day. But I walked away with the mind state. And it's crazy because they say, people that want to quit all the time keep telling themselves, oh, this will be the last time. Oh, this will be the last time. But there became a turning point when the last time I did something like that. And by the grace of the Father, God of Jesus Christ, man, I sit here today, 3 years sober. And many more to go. And just valuing myself, loving myself, believing in myself, having genuine pride for myself to be a genuine person, and God giving me the will to get over and overcome and surpass those systems that I mentioned earlier. And it's only by Him, but I'm just giving you my earthly rituals, if you want to call them, or things, I'm saying, that help me understand that this ain't it. That this ain't it. Like, you have incredible, extraordinary, colossal power and energy, and it can be exerted into something much more positive, because everybody's doing their part in destroying the world. You know what I'm saying? There's not many doing their part to restoring the world. And that's not exactly what I told my friend, but I'd say, you know what, bro? You have the pride, and you have to value yourself, and you have to love yourself. You got to tell yourself, I'm better than this. Yes, it's hard. You know what I'm saying? But it's through God it can be overcome. It ain't easy. It's never going to be easy. But if God know you really want it, he'll make it easy. You know what I'm saying? Because through him, I don't have urges to drink or do that. And you know what I'm saying? And like I said, I've been around it. You know, honestly, today is the day before Thanksgiving. I'll probably be around it tomorrow. That's it, because we got a big family and we kick it and we, you know what I'm saying? Everybody like, okay. They don't do it as much no more. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, they just know now. You know what I'm saying? And I'll pass it. I'm not going to act like I don't, you know. That's, you know, we're humans and we have family get together. It's something that's like Thanksgiving, you know, some people are going to drink and some people are going to smoke some marijuana. Now, our family, ain't nobody doing nothing harsh, you know, some drinking, some smoking. Yeah, I passed that thing. Yeah, you know, but anyway, and we keep on rocking and rolling. But, you know, for those people out there looking to forgive somebody or beat an addiction, the first thing I tell you is to go to the Father God of Jesus Christ. The second thing I tell you, all in a bundle, is to love, value, and have pride in yourself. Get in the mirror. Look in that mirror. Because even if you don't have it right then and there, you can gain it by looking in that mirror and saying, I'm better than this. I'm great. I have greatness in me. God has a plan for me. And I will not let this be the end or defeat me. And that concludes my segment for today, man. Just pride and value and love yourself, man. For real. And give it the rest to God. People think when you give it to God, you're going to still make mistakes. That's going to happen. But when you give it to God, something like that, addiction, he'll dismantle that. It's nothing. Oh, you want that? You good now. You'll feel like, holy crap. And I still, you know, smell. And I got walking today and I smelled something. I was like, ooh. I was like, well, that thing. Somebody going crazy. I don't know where it was. I couldn't find it, but nobody in sight. Somebody had it in their house or something bad. But I was like, woo, but they got it. They got it. And they getting it. But no, but all jokes aside, that concludes my segment for today, episode 12. This is GodTiesMedia585. This is celestial air. This is illuminated energy. And this is spiritual CPR. I am your host, Kevin White, Minister White. In case you didn't know the first and the last name, I think I didn't catch that. Also known as Celestial Kev. And y'all have a blessed day. Y'all have a blessed holiday tomorrow. I don't see it as a holiday. I just see it as a family get together. You know what I'm saying? Like Jay-Z said, people talking about Thanksgiving. It sound like a murder to me. But that's another story. Have a blessed tomorrow. Enjoy the games. Enjoy the food. I know I am. That Monday is going to be crazy, bro. And I know I'm about to go crazy, man. And I ain't even talking about the regular stuff. I'm talking about cheesecake. I'm talking about coconut cake. I'm talking about cookies and red velvets and stuff. Pumpkin pie. Not pumpkin pie, but sweet potato pie is going down. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to 2 spots, too. I'm going over here, then I'm going over there. You know what I'm saying? I'm all the way everywhere. I'm not even playing with people. And people know I'm not playing. You know what I mean? But enjoy it. And then I got to get on that trip. Little buddy, it's going to be streets, but we going to be all right. But enjoy your holiday. Blessings and love to everybody. And God Ties Media 585, episode 12. Out.